Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson. Today, we will be learning about Adivasi people in India. And the important topics in today's chapter are Adivasis in Indian mountains and hills, occupation of Adivasis, hardships in Adivasi people's lives, and the plantation of trees. Now, before we get into the chapter, here is something to boost your knowledge. Adivasis are people who live in forests. They struggle a lot in their lives. Can you name some struggles that they face in their daily life? There are 8.5 crore Adivasis in India. They follow forest-based community life, which means living in the forests without houses. Adivasis live throughout India, but they mostly live in areas of mountains and hills. The highest concentration can be seen in Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, South Bihar, the Western Ghats of Gujarat and Maharashtra, and North Andhra Pradesh. Now, did you know there are 573 communities recognized by the government as scheduled tribes? They are eligible for special benefits and to compete in reserved seats in legislatures, schools, and jobs. There are small Adivasi groups in the mountain and hill areas of Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. The other concentration can be seen in Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh, and Meghalaya. These are the 7 sister states. The largest groups are Bhil, Munda, and Santhal. The Adivasi people have changed their lifestyle since the 20th century. This is because they lost a lot of their land because of the development of towns, industrialization, and increase in population. Lifestyle of Adivasis. Adivasis have a crude lifestyle. They live in hills and forests away from the rest of the world. They build their homes in small clusters in falias, padas of bastis near a water source. They live together in harmony and help each other out in times of need. Each community has its own language, way of life, and form of worship. Their houses are made of grass and bamboo with a mud flooring. Even in severe cold, they sleep on the ground. Jawar roti and vegetable makes up their daily food. Rice, dal and sabzi may be an occasional meal. Most of the children don't wear any clothes. Adult men and women cover some of their body parts. They do not wear any footwear. Occupation of Adivasis. Adivasis depend on the forests for everything. They are hunters and gatherers or simply farmers that follow old methods of cultivation. They hunt, fish, and gather food for their needs. They eat fish, rice, leaves, roots, honey, and sometimes even bamboo. They are non-vegetarians because wild animals are available in the forests. Nowadays, the main occupation of the Adivasis is cultivation. But some of them do gather and sell stuff like herbs, gums, gooseberries, honey, soaps, etc. Others gather bamboo, grass, leaves, moss. They use that to make baskets, containers, pipes, and ornaments. People with the knowledge of medicinal herbs sell those. But the excessive cutting of trees by the people or deforestation has led to a lot of difficulties in their life. Bamboo industry and handicrafts. Adivasis are born artisans and craftsmen. They produce handmade goods from bamboo and cane. The quality of their goods is very good. They can make hats of different kinds and shapes. They can make baskets, belts, vessels, ornaments, etc. Paper making, ivory work, pottery, carpentry, etc. are some of the other crafts practiced by this tribe. The Monpas make handmade paper from trees. The hardships of Adivasis' lives. Most of the Adivasis depend on the forest for their lives. But they have suffered a lot because of the destruction of forests and also because of no efforts from the government to preserve the forests. The Adivasis have been robbed of their forest land. They have been displaced from their land, which is now being used to make dams and industries. Because of this, they are forced to move out of their land and go to other places in search of work and food. Most of the Adivasis are illiterate, so they cannot work in the cities. They end up working as bonded labor. They are becoming migrant workers. a process which destroys the social fabric of their community. Now, the condition of the Adivasi people varies from state to state because the national law gives the state government the power to say which tribe is a scheduled tribe and which tribe is not. As a result, the same tribe can be a scheduled tribe in one state but not in the neighboring state. Now, did you know? The Adivasis have unparalleled knowledge of the uncultivated forest groups, plantation of trees. For an healthy environment, 1/3 of a country's area must be under forest land. But unfortunately, in India, only 1/5 of the land is under forests. Owing to the rapid increase in population, a lot of the forests have been cut down for agriculture and housing. Our government initiated some programs to increase its forest wealth. Two of those programs are Van Mahotsav and Social Forestry. In Van Mahotsav, school kids and social organizations take active part in planting trees. It is done in the beginning of the rainy season. In social forestry, villagers plant trees on wastelands. Now, did you know? 3 trees planted in the right place around the building can cut the cost of air conditioning up to 50%. The leader of the Chipko movement. In 1974, people in the village of Uttarakhand started a program to preserve forests and trees. They prevented the cutting down of trees by going to the trees and putting their arms around them and refused to leave till the tree cutters left. This method of preserving trees took the shape of a big movement called the Chipko movement. The leader of this movement was Sundarlal Bahuguna. Other leaders of this movement were Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Gaura Devi. Now here is a quick sum up of today's lesson. Bhil, Munda and Santhal are the largest group of Adivasis in India. Adivasis live together in harmony and help each other out in times of need. Adivasis are non-vegetarians because there are plenty of wild animals present in the forests. Adivasis are born craftsmen and artisans and make handicrafts. Now here is the glossary of today's lesson. Tribe means a social division or a traditional society consisting of families and communities linked by social practices. Legislature, the legislative body of a country or state. Crude, something in its raw state elaborately, involving many carefully arranged parts or details. Now here is a mind map of today's lesson. Adivasis live throughout India. They usually live in mountains and hills. They face a lot of hardships. The occupation of Adivasis is in the bamboo industry and handicrafts. The Adivasis live in houses made of grass and bamboo and soil for floor. They eat jawar roti and sabzi for food. The children do not wear any clothes, while the adults only cover certain body parts and do not wear footwear. The government is working towards increasing the plantation of trees. The leader of the Chipko movement is Sundarlal Bahuguna.